Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
He did.
He did.
He did. Welcome to another edition of Oh No Girl Yes. Super excited to have y'all with us this week. We have, I guess news, but still a topic. But I guess it's news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Patreon already has this news. This is old news to Patreon. So if you want to become a Patreon subscriber, you will get all this kind of information before y'all getting it right now. How about that?
They actually have more than what we even gonna give right now.
A lot more. Patreon has a lot more. But you can also find us on YouTube. You might be listening to us wherever you are. Thanks for listening. But don't forget, you can also go to our YouTube page, Oh No Girl Yes, and you can watch us have the same conversations. Now we are recording in a virtual reality where you can see us. Also, because we're not sneaking and doing it no more, too. I don't know if people realize when the podcast started, we were sneaking and doing it.
That was a thing. That was an
That was the thing. We didn't use our names, faces, or likenesses or images. That was the thing. So we've come a long way. We have come out the closet literally. We used to record and hide in closets and storage rooms to record it.
You gotta tell the people all the business.
I cannot believe but we here now. We here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Okay. I have some news. So the only reason I am making this grand announcement is because I performed last week at a comedy show, and I talked about this on stage. And just so happened, a loyal podcast listener came up to me after the show and said, "Wait, what?" And I felt like, you know what? I don't want y'all to think I'm keeping secrets or misrepresenting anything over here. Oh. So the information is, I have a boyfriend.
What?
Took a lot for me to tell y'all that.
What? Wait a minute.
She's so hateful. She is so hateful. This is why we can't have nice things. If y'all ever wonder, I wonder why they can't have nice things. I would like to present the lady in the glass.
So tell us more.
So I made a joke about having a boyfriend.
Right. Okay.
So the podcast listener says, "Wait a minute, you got a boyfriend?" And I was like, "Girl, yes." But as I shared with my partner, I would not want anybody to think that I'm misrepresenting who we are here. Oh No Girl Yes, which was inspired by my last boyfriend who broke up with me.
This is true.
Last boyfriend. So this is my first boyfriend since then.
Right.
Okay. And it's a fairly new development, official development, okay?
Right.
Me and my boyfriend, but we reconnected earlier this year. And so earlier this year, I shared with Patreon that there was a connection with me and this person in May. And then we've progressed to the point that we are boyfriend and girlfriend. So what's amazing about when people find out you have a boyfriend
is what?
11% of men that listen. I'm gonna start getting all these messages. Oh man, now you got a man. So I've already gotten a couple of those messages because I said I had a boyfriend on a different podcast. And I was surprised when people say, "Oh, word on the street, you got a man," or "Oh, I was gonna shoot my shot," but it's like I ain't had a man for 27 years.
That's not even what we came to talk about today. And I'm like, are you gonna make me mad about?
It's about to make you mad. Okay.
Hey, just stop lying. Stop lying.
Well, why do they do that? Why do they do that?
I don't know.
I be single all the time. I'm talking about being single all the time.
I think they're insecure men who wasn't gonna shoot that shot in the first place.
But now that you got it, man, they say
they feel comfortable doing it because you can't diss them now. Right. So yeah, I'm calling you out, insecure men. Stop doing that.
But they're nice. They're nice men.
They're
but
insecure.
You ain't never shot a shot. Or if you did, you ain't shoot it this way.
They insecure.
Because they might be watching this and, you know.
You don't want them to get mad?
I might be single again one day.
Oh.
So anyway.
My bad.
What are you doing?
I thought you were just like mad at them being mad at you.
No, I was just saying more than one person said it. And so I was like, that's so interesting that I've been single all the time. And now that I got a man, oh man, just missed it. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, So briefly about the man, but then into the greater topic, because I don't think y'all would be that interested in my man.
If you are, you can join Patreon. You hear all about him.
If you are, you can join Patreon, and they know so much more about my man. But anyway, he was my boyfriend 17 years ago. We were much younger, less wiser. He has made efforts over the past 17 years to reconnect. I have never been receptive of said efforts. This year, there was this little global pandemic, and there was not much for me to do other than answer the phone. And I just kept answering the phone. And glad I did. So
the perfect storm.
Perfect storm. In an imperfect storm way.
Right. Well, perfect.
Do you have anything to offer on that before we move on to the actual topic? Questions, answers, thoughts, concerns?
No. I don't think you were being inauthentic, but it's something, some things you want to keep to yourself. And that's why we created the Patreon community to be even more transparent than we are here. There's been nothing we've discussed that she doesn't still feel the way she feels about men in general. So yeah, that hasn't changed, and he is aware of that. He listens, so we're all good over here.
Yes, he knows I don't like men.
And he's still around, so
yeah, he's still there. He knows how I feel about men. So that has not changed, even though I got one now. But the topic that I wanted us to discuss today is that a lot of times when we do get in a relationship, it feels like we do so much work to get into a relationship that once we get into one, that's kind of where all of our energy and focus goes. And I think that's more of a girl thing completely than a guy thing. So tell me, do you notice any patterns that you exhibit when you start dating somebody and somebody you actually like it? Do you notice a change in your patterns of how you act or how you move in the world when there's not anybody on the board?
Yeah, for sure.
What's different? What's most different?
You said what's most different? I mean, there's a lot of things.
What's different for you?
The biggest thing is I consider this other person before I make any moves. You know what I mean? Whether it's, hanging out with some girlfriends, or whether it's planning a trip, or whether it's, or it could be as simple as, going to the grocery store. I don't know. It's always a consideration of the other person, or a thought of, oh, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if I should tell him so he wouldn't call me and I might, happy hour with the girls or whatever. So there becomes this thing where I become a little too not obsessed, but
I know what you mean.
Too concerned about him.
Too concerned and consumed. Too consumed.
Yeah, consumed is a good word. Yeah.
I agree. And I've done that more so. I think I've done that more so with people that I liked and I wasn't in an official relationship with, because there was so much gray in our interactions. And so it's like that thing of, okay, well, let me not make plans, because if they do call and if they do want to go out,
right,
I want to be available.
And then what happens? They don't call, and then you sit at home and you don't have any plans, and you're like, wait, what happened?
Wait, what did I just do?
So that, ladies and gentlemen.
And now you don't feel like doing nothing, because now you feel mad that you didn't do nothing because you thought that maybe. Right? And
it could be just the two of us. We may be the only two.
No, it's not. Most women do this. And that's why I wanted to do it as a topic, because some of my friends was talking about it. And when I say friends, I mean TikTok.
Yeah.
But no, it came up on TikTok in a couple of different videos. It came up in a couple of different videos on TikTok, and I thought, that's so interesting that we do that. We do become so consumed with trying to be available. Yeah. And it's really, I think, for me, I agree with what you said as far as how I move differently in the world. I would say now that I have an official boyfriend who actually knows that he is my boyfriend.
Sometimes they don't know.
Sometimes you're like, girl, that's my boyfriend. They're like, girl, do he know? You're like, no. Why? Usually when we say boyfriend, it means that guy over there that saw me look at him one time in the grocery store.
We go together.
Boyfriend at work, I mean, you call everybody boyfriend. But an official real boyfriend, couple things. One, because it's a long distance relationship, I'm not thinking in that way as much, because I know I'm not going to see him.
Right. That
So
makes
I don't think about it, but so that's why I'm saying I feel like I made those moves more when I had more gray area,
right.
And there was so much unknown because when you're in the position where we usually are in dating, which is usually not dating. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's start there. How much of our dating actually qualifies as dating? Because we tend to meet people who want to be friends. We tend to meet people that
right.
we don't really be dating in our dating.
Right. So it's hard to get practice in for that.
It's hard to get practice in. So when you meet somebody, you be trying to get them reps up.
Yeah, that's true.
You're trying to get them reps up. I just think, and like I said, it's not just us. I'm consuming all this different information. I was reading about this one girl. She was talking about, she had been talking to this guy for 5 months before he ghosted her. And then when he finally showed back up a few months later, he says it's because he got back with his ex-girlfriend. Okay. So the people that were commenting on this were like, wow, 5 months? Like, can we get 2 weeks before we get ghosted? Somebody else was like, can we get 2 days before I'm ghosted? Like, wow. And I thought, wow, that's normal. And you know what? 2 weeks is about our timeline. And I thought, wow, everybody out here getting ghosted after 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So no, it ain't just us. It's a phenomenon.
No, I'm not saying it's just, I'm talking about when you finally get someone and he's yours. I don't know that everybody changes their routine as much. People who are used to being in relationships, I think, know how that flow goes.
Right.
People like us who don't, we try to make up for it some kind of way.
We try to be so available because normally we're so busy, self-consumed.
Right.
We try to almost big hole for somebody to feel.
Right. As opposed, and it's kind of a false narrative we create because it's like we do still have lives. We still have things to get done, but we do become consumed with the other person.
And we work really hard to be really available to them and accessible. And so we create this space that did not exist before them because we've been busy. We ain't going around, oh Lord, where he at? I need a man. We living our lives. We busy all the time. But then when we meet somebody, we want them to know, hey, there's space for you. I'm not so busy that I don't have time for you. I'm not so independent that I don't want you to be a part of my life. But then we would create this space and we create this hole, and then them bastards don't even feel it.
Cause they going down around there living their own life.
Oh,
like they living before.
Like before they met, doing the same life. And we be saying like, now how did I arrange the day in such a way that I got to notice every hour that he did not text me back? So,
yeah.
But get it in and get you some business. Right. Get you a man.
And get you some business.
Get busy. Stay busy. And that's the hardest thing to do because a lot of times we busy because we ain't got nobody. So when you
have somebody, you're like, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to
go be successful and run the world. I can just sit here and wait for him to call me back. Oh, he didn't call me back?
Well,
then there's that. This is awesome. Then we create a negative scenario and situation for the situation to thrive and grow because we feeling slighted, we feeling disregarded, disrespected, ignored. And all of this is based on our own anxiety and what we're bringing to the table. But then I think it then perpetuates what the initial issue is. And then it's like no longer an issue because you ain't even talking about it.
Yeah, I think the same. I think I can apply the same thing to people I've dated in the past, and not even officially dating. I've never claimed them to be a boyfriend. They never claimed me to be a girlfriend. We're just dating, and you still expect that kind of interaction. It's even worse when you're in a gray area. Yeah. But I found myself doing that, and it's something I'm trying to teach myself not to do again. So the people that I communicate with now, not a lot, but the people I communicate with now, I try not to give them so much of my energy and my time and my thoughts.
It's so hard.
But because I do that, I appreciate the time that we do spend together, or the moments we are on the phone having good conversations. But I'm not constantly concerned about what they're doing every hour of the day.
Right.
You know, so it's like a peace of mind because I'm still doing my thing, they're still doing their thing, and then when we come together, it's great.
But I think that gray area where I usually am, I'm usually the grayest thing in the room. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, you definitely think more about, well, what are they doing, because you're trying to figure out why they haven't called. Because like I said, they obviously dead or they in the hospital.
Right. We talked about that last week.
Right. And so it's like, so your brain goes to all this stuff. And so, yeah, you are consumed with, well, then what's wrong with me? Well, why didn't he like me? Well, why? And it might not even be any of that. But you activate on those feelings just because we don't normally have this type of interaction. We're excited to see what it could be and spend time and do this. We're making ourselves available. So then we sit around all day with no business.
Right.
In your business, and your business ain't gonna match what you need to say. Because by the time a dude tells you he didn't call you back or he didn't text you back because he was busy,
he was busy.
that's unacceptable. I will probably not talk to you ever again if you tell me something about you was busy, because in my world, I'm busy. Everybody busy. Everybody busy. Ain't no grown person over 18 ain't busy. We all busy. We got stuff to do, places to go, things to see. You had a life before you met me. I know you busy. So now tell me again.
I think, and the part that we haven't discussed yet is because I don't think we come out the womb like this. You know, we're not taught to date like this. It comes from experience, and a lot of those experiences are negative experiences that we think like, well, maybe if I had realized when he wasn't talking to me that he was spending time with another person, then I would have caught on early, because that's exactly what happened, and he was cheating on me or he was doing this and doing that. And when you experience those things more and more, then it's easy enough to allow your mind to say, okay, so he's not calling me, he's not thinking about me. Mm-hmm. What is he doing and who is he with?
And when you have a creative mind, like I said, when you have a creative mind,
right,
and you choose your own adventure, I think there still has to be a balance. I think in the context of a relationship, you have to give that person enough to not say keep them calm, because that's still an inside job and not, creating all these scenarios. But you do have to give them something to believe in, something to attach.
I agree. Right.
And so if you don't want me to think you're doing X, Y, Z, then come through on that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and all them. Mm-hmm. But then X, Y, Z ain't even a thing to me, because I didn't have A through T.
Right.
And that's what I think sometimes is getting missed is, I'm going to focus on X, Y, Z. But give me this. If I got that, I ain't checking for X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
If I ain't even got that.
And once you've expressed that, it's up to your mate, I think, at that point to come through. And if they don't, then you leave them in the dirt.
Leave them in the dirt.
I'm talking about dating. I'm talking about my own experience I just had. We'll talk about that on Patreon. But
look, you see how I was like, that's right.
Well, oh yeah. Oh, hold on.
But that's the thing. So now in me having an official boyfriend, I found myself repeating those gray area behaviors.
Right.
And we have to consciously check ourselves.
Yeah. Because it's like
interacting with him in a way that I've interacted with these dudes that wasn't my dude.
Right. You have to remind yourself that this is your boyfriend now. And I think it's the same thing if you ever move to marriage, or when people move to marriage. You have to remind yourself, okay, this is my husband now. I don't approach this guy the same way I approach somebody I was dating. Right. He's my husband. Right. And it's just a different mindset.
And you say some things got to change around.
But I think you should find security in the relationship.
Exactly. So that's what I realized in being a girlfriend now, right? Which is a whole nother podcast topic. Kind of overrated. It's kind of overrated. Okay. So that'll be another topic. But to become this girlfriend character, right, that we're working towards. We're working towards the girlfriend character, the main character of our show, okay? And when you become her and you say, oh, okay, it seemed more fun from over there, watching other people do it. I love being a girlfriend. I love being this particular dude's girlfriend. However, I had to check myself because I have a lot more practice being a ghosted gray character than I have in being a girlfriend. So when my boyfriend does not text me back, it's not okay for me to have the reaction of a gray dude not texting me back.
Right. It's not.
It's not. It's not the same. And I can't engage with it as if it's the same. The same thing with having me some business. Even though this is a long distance relationship, even though we've known each other for a very long time, I still found myself creating this hole for him to fill. And when he didn't feel it, because he's somewhere doing his thing, I'm reacting to this empty space when the space is only there because I created it. He didn't create the empty space. I did.
Right.
And I had to check myself and say, girl, if you don't go get you some business. And what's crazy is I had to tell him, you know what? I realized I need to get me some business because I think sometimes I react to you in a way based on the fact that I didn't have no business. And he kind of took exception to feeling like I didn't have no business. He's like, what you doing? You know, he's telling me all the stuff I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, but you don't realize I could be doing so much more if I was sitting here waiting on you to call me back.
Right.
And I know how much I don't do waiting on a phone call or how much time I spend telling you that I ain't got that phone call, or whatever. And so I immediately got me some business and he immediately reacted to me getting some business to where it seemed like he was looking for me more. This morning you and I went and played tennis and he calls every morning or not. But when he called 2-3 times this morning and I hadn't answered because I was playing tennis, it was, hey, I got some business this morning. And so I realized it's not playing a game, it's not a Jedi mind trick, but it's we wanted to go play tennis. I didn't need to say to him, hey, I'm gonna go play. I just went and played tennis.
Yeah.
My business. And I liked the way it felt seeing missed calls. Now I know what it looks like on his phone.
Because you had some business.
Because I had some business. So I don't care what it is, whether it's work related, career related, health and fitness. I've told you I'm about to start rehabbing my fingernails and my hair. I got stuff that I could be in here doing all the time for the betterment of myself. And this is not a gray area situation for me. I need to take comfort in having a relationship with the person who wants a relationship with me and let that be the answer. And also, I'm gonna get there. We ain't gotta talk every day. I always feel that. I know I don't have to talk to them. I don't talk to you every day. If I don't talk to you for 3-4 days, I don't question our friendship.
Right.
If I don't talk to my mama for 3-4 days, I don't question her love for me. And yet and still, we tend to do that. Now, you ain't gonna go 3-4 days without calling me and give up on now. But that ain't gonna never be okay. But there still does not need to be this introduction of doom and gloom and how horrible he is if it happens. And we need to stop putting so much on these partners to fill in that hole.
Right.
We gotta get our holes filled, and that is not sounding right now, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know where I was going with it. Fill your own hole.
That doesn't sound right either.
Get you some business.
Fill your space. You fill your space.
Fill your space.
Fill your time.
That's why he was attracted to you. It's because you was busy. You was doing your thing. He likes you being a go-getter. He likes you that you do what you want to do, and you have, things. If your friends that you hang out, your family, whatever. And then when you meet him, you're like, skirt, everything stops. Where you at? What you doing? Why haven't I heard from you? When we gonna do this? And he's like, wait, what? You?
Right.
So I had to check myself.
And
I actually feel better for it because I was giving myself anxiety that I didn't need. And I'm more attached to anxiety in dating.
Right.
Than security.
Right.
And so even though this person has offered me a security, it's so foreign to me. I'm bringing what I'm comfortable with or what I'm used to the table when that's not what he's offering me.
Right. As opposed to just relaxing in the security. Right.
So I think as long as we always kind of check in with ourselves, I was saying to you earlier, you know, we've been waiting on our dudes. We've been waiting on our partners. Not waiting literally, but we've been actively engaging in a way to position ourselves to be able to receive our partner when he finds us.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they find you, you might not be a great partner because you ain't been engaging with great partners.
Right.
So you've been rising to the level of your competition, which has been low.
Right.
You know, and that's just how it works in everything, you know. So you want to play the best because you know you're going to get better playing the best. And if you date the worst, you probably suck at dating because you've been dating the worst.
Very true.
You ain't even been able to date them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
So the theme for the week is get you a man.
get you a man first. Get you a man.
And get you some business.
And then get you some business. Yes. Go do something else that ain't got nothing to do with him.
Right.
Your life up. And like you said, it does make the moments that you share with him. Y'all got something to talk about now.
Yeah.
You know, you bring in something.
Talking every hour. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? So go do you. Go be you. But stay involved. Stay engaged. It's hard now, obviously. You know,
right.
with COVID. But like yesterday morning, I went to an event and then I met an old college friend for breakfast. You and I went and played tennis. I didn't do that ever before, you know. And I'm enjoying getting out. I'm enjoying the social. I'm enjoying doing things just for me. And so you got to make sure you do that. And I think it will lend itself to at least prolonging a relationship. Don't mean that's, but I think it would add a little length to it. I think that's a whole nother podcast topic about how we don't even be dating the dudes we date. You know? That just struck me as we don't even be dating the dudes we date.
Mm-hmm. Don't be dating.
Don't get me started. As you can see, I still feel the same way about men. Ugh, men are the worst. And this is not a male bashing podcast.
We haven't said that in a long time.
I know. We used to always do that disclaimer, right? This is not a male bashing thing, but let me just tell you what happened to me. And then we go into how the male bashed us. Mm-hmm. And we still be someone protecting the innocent. And
this vicious cycle continues.
Vicious. So I've told you that I can't wait until you do officially get a man.
See, and this is what I hate about friends.
Listen,
I told her that. I was like, see, don't be putting that on me. And no. It did not come from a place of love.
No, it did.
It did not come from a place of love. It came from a place of, because it was like, oh man, I can't wait till you find someone to just be with and, just share your secrets with and grow old with. It did not come from that place.
I said all that. I did say all that.
No, you didn't. No, you led with, you didn't even say that. You said you can't wait till I got a man so I can feel the anxiety that you feel. What kind of?
I can't wait. No, but listen, I'm a real one. I have had girlfriends that have been single with me. We've been in these streets. And when they get a man, it turns into, oh, you just haven't found the right one. And, oh, you're just looking at the wrong places. Or they have all the answers now that they got one man that they kind of can tolerate. I want to be honest with my friend and say, girl, I cannot wait till you get a man. Yeah. Because our conversations will be so different. When I see you struggling to try to not be who you are. Because I know if I'm struggling and I ain't even as bad as you, I'm like,
But I think our struggles would be different. I think our struggles
totally different. Totally different. Totally different struggle. But that's why I really want my friend to find that one.
No, you sound like
because you'll get to experience yourself in a way that you never have before. Experience yourself in a way that you never have before. And I want you to call me and say, girl, let me tell you what I did today. And I'm gonna say, girl, you ain't do that. You said that. I want you to have that, because just like I called you and say, girl, so I may have overshot my mark on this one. That's why I need you to get you somebody so you can be wrong.
So now she's trying to rush me to the.
So you can be apologizing.
See, that's what she wants that. She wants.
I want that for you because you need to grow in that way. We ain't got no practice. And the reason why I need you to hurry and find somebody, because let's say you find somebody.
And I ain't in no rush, people. Please believe me.
No, we rushing. Because let's say you find somebody right now. That don't mean that's necessarily him. You need some.
I understand what you're saying.
Some reps.
I understand what you're saying.
You need some reps. You need to get some reps in. You might not want to wait and try to get your first reps in. First real reps, since now you've grown so much in the past 5, 10, 7, 12 years. You've grown so much. You don't want to necessarily try to get them reps in on the one you want to stay.
That's so awful. That's so awful.
Because he might not be down. He might be like, if you ain't got no reps in, I've been on these streets.
So reps in.
That's how I feel. I feel like with my boyfriend, I'd be like, hey. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect, because he needs to be somewhere doing his own work. But I'm saying, no, I don't have no reps. I'm going to figure this thing out on the fly. Pim, pim, pim. Hopefully you'll be here to see the results. But if not, the next one to catch it. Next one, I'll be ready. Either it's going to be him because he says, or it's going to be the next one.
Somebody going to catch it.
I'm going to be ready.
Either way,
I'm going to be ready for him to stay or for the next one. And I'm going to have me some business throughout. I'm going to have me some business.
I like
Let me know what y'all think.
I like it.
Do you tend to like somebody and that's all you want to do? Is think about liking them and talking to them and texting to them and seeing them, and you don't really do nothing else, and you got that book you need to read or that book you need to write or them clothes you need to fold up or that, all that stuff that you could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But all you really doing is seeing how long it's been since he texted you back.
And why?
We gonna stop. All right, make sure you like, comment, share. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you definitely want to go to Patreon, because like we said, Patreon knew about this about a month ago.
It happened.
Patreon got videos of this man. Patreon in there.
They all up in the relationship.
But I did at least acknowledge that she is in a relationship. This would be my first relationship since we've had the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
We in season 2. Amen. Okay. I feel good. I feel like I'm holding myself accountable. I feel like this is a real therapy session. Like, I feel good.
Good talk, guys. Good talk.
Hey, guys, thanks for listening. Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
It took him 17 years, but him did it.
No. It didn't take him 17 years.
It took me 17 years.
Okay.
But I did it.